Welcome to the world of probiotic foods. This is Cultured Food Life with your host, Donna Schwenk.
Welcome, everybody, and thanks for joining me. And this is the time of year when the holidays start showing up. It's fall, and the first one that comes is Halloween. And it's a really fun time for kids and for families. And kids look great in their costumes, and it's really fun. But it is a sugar fest, and that can present a lot of challenges. And we really need a little bit of a probiotic Halloween. We need something to counter it just a little bit because it's such a fun time, but it's just filled with sugar. And sugar can drop your immune system by 75% in a few hours because the body thinks that the sugar that's in the body, which is very similar in structure to vitamin C, it sucks those into the cells instead of the vitamin C that it's looking for. And that'll drop your blood sugar and drop your immune system. And it kind of creates a little havoc if you have an overload of sugar. So what is the solution? We add a few probiotic activities to Halloween and a few recipes that have probiotics and prebiotics in them, which help combat the sugar, and they just boost your immune system, while the prebiotic fibers that will help to slow down the absorption of high carbohydrates. And everybody needs to have a fun Halloween, but if you feed your microbes something, those invisible microbes that live in you and work for you, probiotics are not just a bunch of hocus pocus either. You've got 100 trillion inside of you and all around you, and they really work really like magic inside of you to help keep your immune system strong, to help keep things running smoothly. So I thought I'd give you a few tips, some fun tips, so that you can enjoy the holiday and also have a little bit of help from your microbe friends to keep your immune system running strong and also enjoy it and have something delicious. So the first thing is I want to talk to you about sweet and sour taste, your taste buds. Now, you can trick your body by eating something sour when you want something sweet. And that tart taste in fermented foods can help stimulate the taste buds and distract you from the sugar that your brain is making you crave and your microbes are making you crave. So in a sense, you will crave less sugar if you have something tart, and you'll feel more satisfied. And sour foods, things like, kefir, kombucha, cultured vegetables, yogurts, flavored probiotic drinks, really restore our ability to taste the natural sweetness in food because the sour taste counteracts it. So, for instance, the sweet flavor of an orange will be greatly enhanced as your taste buds switch and you have more variety of sour and sweet tasting foods. For instance, a glass of pumpkin juice kombucha is just amazing how delicious it is and how fast it works. It cuts your cravings. I'm not kidding you guys. Kombucha will cut your cravings like nothing else. It really shocks me. Like when I'm craving something and I know, it's more of an emotional thing I'm craving, but the more you eat of sour foods, the less you crave the sweet foods. But there's something about the taste of something sour that really changes the chemistry in your body, and it works really well. And kombucha is one of the best ones to do. Also, kefir soda works really good too. That also works really good, but I think kombucha works the best. Another thing that really, really helps is to add protein. Protein has always been known, and there's just tons and tons of research on this, to help balance your blood sugar, but also balance your sugar and sweet cravings. Collagen is one of the best. It is an important protein, and it's a very satiating macronutrient. You can get the collagen powders. They're in so many things, and I've written an article about collagen and how important it is for the body, and I have seen immense benefits from adding collagen to my diet. You can get collagen powders, and I can link the description below so you can see all the different things that I do. But collagen has been identified as 40% more filling than other proteins, and believe you me, I believe that to be true. It's so good in kefir smoothies. I even have a prebiotic powder drink that I love that I use especially around the holidays. And it's got collagen, it's got prebiotics, it's got cocoa powder, and you put it in any kind of like non-dairy or regular dairy milk to make like a hot chocolate, and it will, boom, it will cut your cravings. But protein really is very satiating and very calming to the brain. And it helps you so much when you're struggling with sugar cravings. Another good thing is to just consume a cultured food. Like I said before, a glass of kombucha, a little bit of kefir, some yogurt can take away your cravings for sweet almost instantly. And it also is really cool because the probiotics that are in those foods, be it yogurt, which I love yogurt, or kefir as a snack, and how it works is that it helps consume some of the sugars that we eat, because naturally, so for instance, when you make kefir or yogurt and you ferment it, it gets a sour taste, right? Well, the reason it gets a sour taste is because the microbes are eating all of the sugar, like all the lactose out of the milk and out of the whatever medium you're using. It's eating all that lactose, and then so there's no sugars in there. So then you get that sour taste. Well, when you consume those foods, the good bacteria that are in there will consume some of those sugars that you eat if you eat it with it. So, and I have a lot of different recipes that you can have that are really fun. I have a whole Halloween book that's out for the whole month of October. But anyway, that's still available. But I have things like a blood orange cream kefir soda. We have all kinds of Halloween treats you can make with all of our different cultured foods, and they are so delicious. I really love them. And they really do make a big difference. They do change your cravings. Now, number 4, this is a great idea. So a lot of you are going to have a lot of candy that you get from the, trick-or-treating or whatever. And I'm not a fan of hard candies because they have a lot of dyes in them. But if you do wind up with extra hard candy, a great way to use it up and is to let the microbes consume it and make some candy cane kombucha, or I have a Halloween kombucha. And the sugars get broken down in the kombucha while it's fermenting, and they eat those sugars, and then they make probiotics inside the kombucha and make this bubbly drink from the sugars. And, you could do it with candy corn or hard candy, and it makes absolutely wonderful kombucha. It was my kids' favorite last year. Everybody was whining about how they wanted that kombucha around Halloween. So I need to make some here because we're on the 27th, and it doesn't take very long to make, but it's really delicious. And it's fun. It's fun to have if you have extra hard candy that you're trying to get rid of, and then the microbes get the sugar and then you don't. They consume it and turn it into a bubbly, delicious drink, and you don't get all the sugars, but you get the probiotics and the good yeasts that are in kombucha, because there's a lot of really good yeast in kombucha. Saccharomyces boulardii is in kombucha. It's so good for you, and it's a powerful yeast. It's one of the most researched probiotics on the market, but it doesn't last in the body very long. So it's a good idea to have it a couple times a week, 2, 3, 4 times a week, whatever you'd like. But it's a very powerful one that helps helps you with a lot of different things like candida. It helps with any kind of, bowel disorders, or, I've seen it help. They even use it with C. diff. They do a lot of different things with Saccharomyces boulardii. People who have diarrhea, antibiotic-associated diarrhea, it works really, really well to control all that. And that is abundant in kombucha. And it's a great probiotic yeast that I think everybody should have on a regular basis because it does so many things for you. Another thing you can do is to consume more fiber. If you add some high fiber things like oats, fruits, veggies, nuts, or seeds to your day, these foods are all prebiotics. So what that means is they're going to feed your microbiome. They're going to feed the good bacteria in your body and help you to grow and multiply and make it a very fertile field. And fiber also helps to slow digestion. It helps to stabilize blood sugar. And fiber can increase, those energizing B vitamins, which often those are the first to go when you have a lot of sugar. B vitamins just go, and so does vitamin C. And you want those in there to keep your immune system running strong. I have a yummy no-bake Halloween cookie. I just love those no-bake cookies. They're so good with oats and cocoa powder and kefir. They're so good. You can make them. We kind of made them in the form of Halloween shapes like bats, all different kinds of things. That recipe's in my Halloween ebook, and it's It's a recipe we make all the time. It's really fun to make. Now, I talked about this before. You got to try my prebio hot chocolate mix. I'm telling you, it's the best. It's such a sugar-free alternative. It's filled with protein. It's filled with prebiotics. And you just combine it with your favorite steamed or warmed milk, whether it's non-dairy or dairy or whatever you want. And you just put a scoop of this little powder mix in there. And it makes your good microbes flourish like crazy. And guys, it is so good. And I even have recipes for homemade marshmallows that are so good too. And you can, or a marshmallow cream, and you can top that with it. And it's just a tiny bit of sweetness, tons of fiber, food for your good bacteria. It's sugar-free, and you'll love the convenience of it because you can just keep a jar in your cabinet. And it's a warm and very comforting drink. And it makes me want to go make some right now. And don't forget, cocoa is a fermented food too, the cocoa powder that's in it. And I'm going to link all that description, the recipe in the description below. Now, something else I want to tell you about that works really, really well. If you do 30 seconds, not minutes, 30 seconds of any exercise before a meal, it changes the way your body handles blood sugar. 30 seconds of exercise before a meal, like squats or push-ups or just even lunges, will pile the blood sugar into the muscle and make your blood sugar less likely to spike and more stable throughout the next meal and day. It works really well. It's 30 seconds, guys. And it doesn't take very long. I usually do squats, and it works it just drops your blood sugar because the muscles, they're glucose hogs, and they want that extra sugar. And when you do a little bit of exercise, I'm talking 30 seconds, it just goes right out of the bloodstream into the muscle because they need it. And it just is in a really, really effective way of helping you to control your blood sugar, especially if you're struggling and you have problems with your blood sugar. And I would just recommend try this 30 seconds before a meal. Just do 30 seconds of like 30 squats. Just do that. It would take you very long, or do something you enjoy. If you don't want to do that, you can do other things like, lunges, or you could do a plank, or you can just lean up against a wall and hold it for 30 seconds, and it'll make your, do a chair formation against a wall and try to hold that for 30 seconds. And you'll be amazed at how much it will drop your blood sugar, how much it will help you. There's a lot of scientific research behind it that shows it really, really affects how your body handles sugar. So if you're already very sensitive and you're struggling with imbalances in your blood sugar, exercise is powerful, powerful medicine. I'm telling you, there is nothing like it because the muscles need the extra fuel if you're using them. If you're not using them, then people who have diabetes and things like that, their blood gets very sludgy, thick, and just because there's too much sugar in there. And taking it and putting it in the muscle is just one of a powerful way to help you manage that. And it's so good for you. You guys, you get different microbes when you do little bits of exercise. You don't have to go jog for 30 minutes. Even just little things throughout the day. People think that doesn't make a big difference, but it does. Because your muscles need that fuel, so it pulls it out of there and uses it up. And I'm not advocating everybody give up every sweet thing they've ever had in their life. Or want to have in their life. We all have treats and we all want to do things. Just do a few little things, like do 30 seconds of exercise and then have your cake. Do you know what I'm saying? If you want that, and make sure you have some protein in your diet that day, or have it with the meal. Make sure you have some probiotic foods that help you consume some of the sugars that you eat, because those microbes are living and alive. So they go into your body and then they change things, and it doesn't take a lot. We're not talking tons of food. We're talking, small amounts. And I really encourage you to get my ebook. I think this is like one of the last days to get it. I think there's a couple days left. And you can have it and download it. It'll be in there. We've got my daughter came up with some really, she's crazy. She came up with some really great recipes that I was getting ready to make the pumpkin pie she has in there because I love it so much. But she's very creative. She's our creativity recipe maker for Halloween. She does a really good job, and I love these recipes she comes up, especially the trick or treat kombucha that I talked about earlier. You got to try it. It's delicious. And works really good with anything like that you get that's hard candy, and let those microbes in the kombucha gobble up those sugars and make you such a bubbly, delicious drink. You're going to love it. So these are just some of my tips, some of the things that we do, because everybody wants to enjoy the holidays too. And just change a few little things. Add a little bit more protein, 30 seconds of exercise, eat a few more sour foods, check out all my recipes, and you'll find some things you really like, and consume more fiber and have lots of fun. So it's we're having a little pirate party, and so everybody's getting pirate outfits. So I've got my thing going on, and I can't wait, because the foods that Macy makes, she has a party for, she's my daughter, and she makes all these fabulous foods, and a lot of them are the ones in an ebook, and she posts them. She does a great job, and we have a lot of fun. So I hope you'll check it out. I hope you have a good Halloween, and this is good information throughout all the holiday season. You'll be hearing more about it as the months go by. But enjoy this weekend holiday, and try my Trick or Treat kombucha. You're gonna love it. It's the bomb. You'll want it all year long. So have a good week, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.